Welcome to another story in Bear Maple. Today, our story is about Amara and Scorch, her red dragon. Their adventure will surely be a treat for you, so sit back and enjoy their journey. The title of the story is Amara and Scorch, the seashell that called the storm. Amara, in her pink shirt and blue pants, skipped across the beach carrying her shell bucket. Her dragon Scorch waddled behind her, his wings far too big for his tiny body. "Come on, Scorch, the tide's out, time to hunt for treasure." Scorch accidentally stepped on a sandcastle and sat in it. Oops. They wandered the shoreline, splashing, digging, chasing crabs, until something glittered near the tide pool. It wasn't just a shell. It glowed with soft blue and gold light, and it hummed in Amara's hand. "It's magic," she whispered. Scorch sniffed it. "Smells like rain." As they walked home, dark clouds swirled. Wind blew hard, flipping umbrellas and scattering seaweed into the village square. People pointed. It wasn't supposed to storm today. From above, a roaring sound echoed. A giant swirling cloud shaped like a water dragon coiled in the sky, angry and searching. Amara clutched the shell. "You don't think it's because of..." Scorch hid under a towel. "It's because of something." At the edge of the village lived Tata Honu, a wise old sea turtle with a cracked shell and salt in his beard. Amara showed him the glowing shell. His eyes widened. "That's no ordinary shell, child. That is the call shell of Kallian Reef. It keeps the sea calm and the balance steady. If you take it..." "The sea remembers," Amara gasped. "I didn't mean to." Tata Honu nodded. "Intentions matter, but actions matter more." He gave her a weathered map, pointing to a far-off reef. "Return it, or the storm will never stop." Scorch groaned. "Why is it always flying into danger with us?" With the shell in her satchel and the map tied to her wrist, Amara climbed on Scorch's back. "Ready?" she asked. "No," he said. "Let's go." They soared into the sky, dodging lightning bolts, wind bursts, and flying fish carried by the storm. One bolt nearly hit them. Scorch barrel rolled, his oversized wings flapping wildly. Amara yelled encouragement. "You're doing great." Scorch gasped. "Tell that to my wings." The storm serpent spotted them, hissing and twisting through the clouds. It roared and chased them toward the edge of the horizon. After battling wind and waves, Amara and Scorch finally reached Kallian Reef, a hidden island shimmering beneath the golden light of dawn. The water surrounding it sparkled with gentle sea magic, and the coral landscape pulsed with living color, soft pinks, glowing blues, and sunburst orange. It was as if the ocean itself had been holding its breath, waiting. Amara slid off Scorch's back and waded through the shallow tide. Fish of every color danced around her ankles as if guiding her. In the center of the reef stood a pedestal of coral, carved perfectly by time and tide into the shape of an open shell. Her heart raced. "This is it." She approached slowly, the wind still howling behind her. The sky darkened again. From the swirling storm above, the serpent of the sea dove, eyes glowing, mouth open, power crackling like thunder. But Amara didn't run. She didn't shout. She gently lifted the call shell from around her neck. The wind stopped. The sea grew still. The clouds uncoiled like ribbons from the sky. A single beam of light broke through, touching the pedestal, then Amara, then Scorch. The serpent hovered above them, frozen in the air, then slowly coiled downward and vanished into the depths, leaving only a shimmer of silver bubbles behind. Then, from beneath the waves, a soft voice rose, not angry, not loud, just peaceful. "You returned what was never yours. You listened. You respected the sea. That is enough." A ring of sea lilies bloomed around the pedestal, and for the first time in days, the ocean smiled back. A glowing ripple circled the pedestal, spinning outward like a soft breath from the heart of the ocean. It shimmered across the reef, touching every shell, coral branch, and gentle wave, until it reached Amara and Scorch. As it passed through them, they felt it. A quiet warmth, like a hug from the sea itself. Their hearts slowed. Their breathing calmed. The fear, the rushing, the weight of the storm, all melted away. The sea was no longer angry, it was grateful. Scorch let out a soft growl of peace and curled his tail gently around Amara. She placed a hand over her chest, where the caul shell used to hang, now empty, but her heart full. Suddenly, the pedestal began to glow again. From the center of the coral shell, something small began to rise, delicate, slow, like it had waited a long time for this moment. A new shell emerged. It was not grand, not magical, not glowing with power like the last, but it was beautiful. Smooth and pearl white, with faint etchings of waves that seemed to move when the light touched. It felt alive in a quiet way, a gentle reminder, not a weapon, a thank you, not a reward. Amara picked it up with both hands, careful and reverent. It didn't hum. Back in the village, the sky had returned to its soft blue. Seabirds circled peacefully above, and the boats bobbed gently on calm waters. Children were playing by the shore again, and the fishermen, once worried and weathered, were smiling as they hauled in their morning catch. Peace had returned like an old friend. At the edge of the sand, under the shade of a coconut tree, Tata Honu rocked slowly in his hammock, a straw hat covering his face. He didn't open his eyes when he spoke. "Fixed it?" he asked, in his usual sleepy voice. Amara grinned, brushing the hair from her face, still salty from the sea. "Fixed it," she replied. Scorch gave a loud, theatrical sigh and dropped into a tide pool with a splash. "Let's never touch glowing things again." Amara burst into laughter, shaking her head. "Unless," she said, eyes twinkling, "they lead to another adventure." The wind carried their laughter out to sea, and far beneath the waves, something smiled back. Later that afternoon, with the sun dipping low and the tide pulling gently at their toes, Amara and Scorch walked along the beach once more. The storm was now a memory, and the world felt calm, the kind of calm that only comes after something brave has been done. As they wandered, Amara's eyes caught something in the sand, a simple shell, half buried, worn by waves and time. It was chipped on one side, and a bit dull. No glow, no magic, just a quiet little shell. She knelt beside it, picked it up gently, and smiled. "Some treasures are meant to be found," she whispered. "Others are meant to be left behind." She placed it softly back on the sand, smoothing the grains around it with care. Suddenly, achoo! Scorch sneezed a gust of smoke and sand, accidentally burying the shell under a tiny puff of earth. They both blinked, then burst into laughter, echoing down the shore like music. The end. And that ends the adventure of Amara and Scorch, and the seashell that called the storm. Did you enjoy the stormy adventure? Tell us your favorite part in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and come back for more adventures with Amara and Scorch.